Hello friends, welcome to Gardening with Creekside. I am Jenny and welcome to our weekly nursery update. We got some shrubs in this morning. Jerry and I were up before the sun was to take delivery of some gorgeous shrubs, two of which I have on either hip. We have Proven Winners Sprinter Boxwood. If you've been around Creekside for any amount of time, you know how much we love this plant. It is fantastic. It will grow 2 to 4 feet, 2 to 4 tall and wide, hardy in zones, I want to say 5 to 9, but don't quote me on that. It's a great evergreen, resistant to the boxwood blight. It is a fast grower, just really easy. You can shape it to whatever size you want, and it's just a great plant. So that is on this hip. Now, moving on to over here is a brand new one from Southern Living. This is actually a magnolia. This is Stellar Ruby, and it is a banana shrub, banana tree, one of those. What it does and how it got that name is that it will produce these gorgeous flowers that smell like ripe bananas. Now, I know you're like, Jenny, they really don't smell like bananas, but yes, they do. Southern Living sent us a sample middle of summer, and so we got a couple of blooms off of it before the season ended, and it smells just like a banana. This is an evergreen. It does not look like a magnolia, what we traditionally think of as magnolia, but it'll be a great size small tree in that 10-foot range. It's a relatively fast grower. If you want to, of course, if you want it to grow into that tree, you don't prune it very much. I suppose you could keep it as a large shrub, but this is a great one. So we have talked about this a couple of times before, and I know I have several people who have expressed some interest in it. So the wholesale nursery that we ordered from had some of these, so we grabbed up what we could. Were only able to give us, I think, like 15 of them. So obviously quantities are limited. So if you are local and would like to get a Stellar Ruby, then come to the nursery this weekend, because this weekend will be the last weekend we are open on regular hours for 2020. We've got some projects to do and some plants to grow for y'all for next spring. So we are going to kind of shut down because, you know, it is the middle of December and then January and February. So these are some beautiful ones, and my arms are going to sleep, so I'm going to put them down. We also got, it was fun when we took delivery of this. The truck driver said he was going to be here at 6:30. He took a wrong turn, so we didn't get here till 7, which actually worked out great because then it wasn't dark anymore. But it was only, it was a balmy 28 degrees out here, and these pots were frozen, so therefore we were frozen when we were done. But they are happy plants. This whole row of Proven Winners pots is their chiffon series of Roses of Sharon. So we've talked about these numerous times. These are not any kind of new plants for us. We have the magenta, we have the white. Jerry, can you show the tags? So we've got the magenta, which is this was new this year, which was just a gorgeous raspberry color. Then we have the white, which of course, if you remember, is growing. We planted in the patio. So then we come down here, and then the blue, which is a beautiful shade of a real nice pale blue, has a little bit of a purple hint to it. It is fantastic. And then this is a new one for us that we have not carried, is the pink. So pink chiffon is a nice pale pink, just a beautiful soft pink. Remember, these Roses of Sharon will get to be pretty tall. I mean, like 8 to 10 feet tall, about 4 feet wide. That's why I put my white one on the corner edge of the bed, corner of the house, because it'll anchor that spot. So we have got these. You can come grab these. Of course, we still have camellias. They are, the sasanquas are still blooming. We have the October Magic Ruby here. They are still blooming. They are doing well. We've got rose. We've got some orchids. So great camellias from the Southern Living. And come over here. Remember, we talked about this in the camellia video, that those are sasanquas, smaller leaves, and then they bloom earlier. Over here, we have some japonicas with a cedar tree that has fallen down on top of them. It has gotten cold and windy, so we'll pop her back up. But these are japonicas, and this variety right here is white by the gate. And I think there's still a bloom in here. So Jerry, it's a bit of an older bloom, but look at that. Gorgeous, fat, white, beautiful bloom. And you can see that these plants are absolutely covered in buds. So if you're looking for a pure white camellia that will get of some good height, I want to say this is again in that 8 to 10 foot range, then the white by the gate would be a great one to add to your collection and in your garden. This does need some filtered sun. This is not going to be a full sun plant. If you have filtered sun like under pine trees, or it gets morning sun and afternoon shade, then she would do great. And moving on in here, we pulled out some of Chris's stained glass. These are ones that I just love. These are part of his garden stakes. And so you just simply just take the little metal rod, and then they might be frozen. There we go. Then they just slide on and off. They have a little tube in the back that he has soldered on there, and then they just slide onto the garden stake. So you can have a single one, you could do a collection, but those are available. So come get these, make great, great Christmas gifts. Love these. And then as far as the bottle benders go and the wind chimes, we've got tons of minis left. Minis make wonderful Christmas presents because they're really, you can kind of customize them to whoever you're going to give it to. What is their interest? Do you have a fisherman in your life? Do you have someone who loves hummingbirds? Looking for some good old southern hospitality with the pineapple, or a beach lover. I mean, motorcycle rider, cat lover. I mean, you name it, is a mini wind chime to go for that occasion. So these are available. We have a whole nother wall still available of those. The bottle benders does have the pine knots, so they are busy making some more 3 strands. Of course, you've got Jennifer's beautiful hand-burned Christmas ornaments. These are all handmade. She burns these and just does an amazing job. So we have these. If you're looking for a little Christmas ornament for the year, can't go wrong with that. Bulbs, we still got people come getting bulbs. And then more of Chris's things, the Christmas ornaments. I mean, just precious, right? I mean, you've got the snowmen and the mittens and Santa and Christmas trees and the angels, crosses. These are the little mini garden stakes, which I love. So it's the same idea as the big ones outside, but it's just the little tiny ones, and you can just put them on a little small stake and put them in like flower pots and those kinds of things. They make great gifts. I've been eyeballing some of those for myself. More of his stained glass, just beautiful things, the nativities, the little standing angels, all sorts of things. More wall. If you have a deer hunter in your life, there you go. Mermaid lovers, bee lovers, honeybees. I mean, Bottle Benders does an amazing job of making minis just for every occasion. Now, aqua pots. We still have, obviously, aqua pots, and we're going to have aqua pots now until springtime. That was the idea. We hope we're going to have aqua pots until the springtime, because if not, we're going to be in trouble. But we're going to invite you to behind the barn, because just yesterday, it was late yesterday afternoon, we got in another delivery of aqua pots. So we got some of the colors that we were missing. They were on the order, they just were, delayed, including, and they're hard to see because obviously they're still wrapped up in their plastic. I think this might be a little bit easier over here to see, Jerry. This is the volcanic on Milky Blue. Oh, he's handed me a knife. So you really can see him. The volcanic on Milky Blue, this was by far our most popular color last year because they are just absolutely exquisite. Just gorgeous. So I'm not going to take the whole palette apart, but I'm going to get in here so that you can see. So why they call it volcanical milky blue is you have that volcanic finish, and then this is that smooth milky blue. Now, you'll notice some of them are like really that turquoise, and then down here, Jerry, can you see where it's got more of the blue coloring in it? So because these are handmade, they are in Vietnam, they each one may have a slightly different finish, especially on this volcanic milky blue that we noticed last year. There can be a lot of neat different colors in there, and just absolutely gorgeous. We have those. We got the techno blue, got two techno blues, so that's that great cobalt blue color, and then the techno, so you got that great cobalt blue, and then the techno because it has the ridges and the lines in it. So these are here. I think we got more matte blacks, techno matte blacks. Anyway, so if you ordered and have pre-ordered these aquapots, and we will go ahead and we'll be calling you in the coming days to let you know that they are here and that you can come get them. And then of course we still have caladiums. We'll go see caladiums. He says yes. And when we talked about the special for the land and sea, man, did y'all come and take us up on that offer. So in like, what, a weekend, we sold almost 2 pallets of land and sea. Last weekend that will be open is this coming weekend, Friday and Saturday, 9 to 3. Those of you that are close by and want to come get some land and sea, we have it for $12.99. So come and get it. This will be just a limited price for the end of the season. So come and stock up. You can still put it out, or you can just kind of stockpile and wait for the next season for that. And then, of course, we have the beautiful Christmas caladiums from Proven Winners. Ooh, it's nice and warm in here. We have been selling them like crazy, so we've got some empty spots in here, but there is the, let's see, what is this? This is the Heart's Delight, which is a nice red with green edging. We have the Snowdrift, which is a beautiful white with green veining with a little bit of pink in it. Really like this one. It's been one of my favorites. We do have a couple of amaryllis bulbs that we have begun for you, so you can take them home and you literally just put them out in a kind of a sunny area and they are getting ready to bloom. This one especially, this is, I think, the evergreen, and it is going to be a green amaryllis, like a lime green. It's really cool. Then we have Scarlet Flame, which has that nice deep red with some pink and the green edging. White Wonder. White Wonder is a little bit, doesn't have as much green veining on it as the Snowdrift does. Still has that pink red in it. Really nice. And then the last one is the Fast Flash, and Fast Flash is the one that I say is polka dotted. So you've got some polka dots in there. So come get them. We have 3 different sizes available, like a 4-inch, a 6-inch, and an 8-inch, so you can come get them. Anyway, we will be here this Friday and Saturday from 9 to 3. We look forward to seeing you. And if we don't see you this weekend, I hope you all have a very Merry Christmas, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye, friends.